Yo guys, Mike for SimRacing604, and the king of modern Formula 1 cars for Assetto Corsa has received a significant update. VRC's Formula Alpha 2023 has been given a massive list of improvements as the real F1 season is fast approaching. And before I get out on track to test the Formula Alpha, which has been improved to version 1.3, I want to run through a list of changes. But rather than subject you to a monotone middle-aged man reading out a long list, I've decided to showcase the list with some onboard footage. I suggest you take a look at this impressive list because VRC has done some incredible work here. Rather than commit the car to the graveyard, the team decided to extend its life. Well done, team. And of course, you can just skip ahead to me driving if you wish. Right. The silence, the calm before the storm. Ignition on. Starter. And we have life on board the Formula Alpha 2023 version 1.3. Put it down to Strat 1, which is the regen mode. And then we will turn some laps at Mugello. Once we're feeling a little bit more confident, get some heat into those tires and brakes, then we'll start to push. Turn up that strat mode, see if we can drop those lap times. So, initial impressions of version 1.3, absolutely phenomenal. To be clear, I thought the Alpha 2023 was the best modern Formula 1 car we have in Assetto Corsa, probably in sim racing, certainly the best one I have ever tried. And does this version 1.3 do anything to tarnish that reputation with me? Absolutely not. In fact, it bolsters that feeling. So this level of grip is much closer to the Hybrid 2023. I always thought that the Hybrid 2023 had more grip than the Alpha 2023, and as such was a little bit perhaps more pleasant to drive on a bad day, shall we say. Some days I would absolutely click with the Alpha 2023, and then other days I would perhaps try it on a different track and just feel it completely unruly, or not completely unruly, I shouldn't say that, but more difficult than I was able to handle at that time, whereas the Hybrid 2023 was much more hop in and enjoy. This version 1.3 of the car, of the Alpha 2023, that is much more on par with that level of hop in and enjoy that you get with the Hybrid 2023. So yeah, very, very enjoyable drive. And I would say this is definitely an improvement. I would say that added grip just improves the overall drivability of a car. The sensation through the wheel are a little bit more refined, can feel the tire doing a little bit more, perhaps. I wouldn't say it's a drastic change in the tire model, but I would say that it is perhaps just that much more enjoyable. And yeah, I still love this car and still would go to bat for this as the best Formula 1 car, the best modern Formula 1 car in sim racing. So what are we doing for lap time here? That last one I think was a 2:01 or something like that because we were coming out of the pits. But we should be in the mid-20s here, mid-120s with no deploy. But of course we will turn up the deploy very shortly and drop those perhaps into the high teens, drop those lap times into the high teens. One corner to go here. Listening for that DRS beep. There we go. Let's bump this up to... let's go 6. Whoops, no, 5. There we go. Whoops. And see what we can do here for lap time. I missed that last lap time, but I imagine it was in the mid-20s. A little bit of pushback from the car there, a little bit of reluctance to turn in. That's okay. Seems to be back on it now. Too much grass there. Oh, feel that car just digging in, digging in. Bleed that speed out through that slow chicane there. 270 kilometers an hour on that short little straight section. The capabilities of these modern F1 cars just defy logic. Absolutely incredible machines. 5th gear here. Around a long left-hander. We're back on it again. Listening for that beep. A little late on the DRS, that's okay. We're still a second up. What was our time? 1:21.415. Let's go one more here, get some confidence up. Yes. Whew. Little bit of fight in the car on that last corner. About 2/10 here. Not the way I want to be going with my laps, of course. But we seem to have resolved that. Back on pace here. Big sparks from that outside curb. A little hesitancy through that last corner. Slowed me down a bit. Funny line through that right-hander, especially on the exit. We're still up. Alright, let's push. We're going to go through Strat 2, which is full deploy, or max deploy anyway. And we'll see that bar on the wheel screen. We'll see that left blue bar there. Drop down throughout the course of the lap. 120 there. On Strat 4 or Strat 5, whatever that was. Keeping 4th gear here, should have the power to accelerate out. Whoa. Curb unsettled the car ever so slightly. Already up 3/10. Yes. Probably could have kept 6th gear there, that's alright. Oh, didn't need those frames. Those were extras anyway. Wow, I can't believe I held on to that. Thank goodness for downforce. A couple more corners to go. Down to 27% battery life. DRS wide open, pushing, 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 pushing. 1:19.665. Go ahead and crank that back up. So we'll do a cool down lap or two. Should have most of my tire life left. I'm not worried about that, so we should be able to push for 1 or 2 more laps once we've got our deploy back up. Or once we got our battery life back up, that is. But yeah, it's a beautiful, amazing, fantastic mod. VRC has done it once again. Version 1.3 is a better version of the car, period. And just that little bit more enjoyable to drive, a little bit more planted. So yeah, I stand on the fact that this is the best modern Formula One car I have ever tried. Just pure pleasure to drive, and even more so now. It's a real treat, and just unbelievably fast. Whoops. Let's go down to Strat 1, because I am not harvesting much at all. 1 lap of harvest should do it. You can see that time falling. What a difference it makes to have full deploy versus full harvest. So 36%, 37%. It's gaining slightly coming down the straight, but it'll be those braking zones where we really fill up those stores. No need to push here, of course. This is going to be off our best pace, that's for sure. Nothing wrong with that. And by the way, those strat modes are fully customizable, so if you're doing a long race or want to manage the per lap deploy so you have something in the tank for overtakes, you can absolutely do so. Alright, we're just about up to full. A couple more corners to go. A little squeal from the tires there. It must be getting a bit worn. Alright, I'm going to shut my mouth and we can enjoy a full lap. I'm going to see if I can beat 1:19.665. Did not do it, but we have 59% battery. So let's go again. See if I can make something happen here. That is definitely a 4th gear corner. Not sure why I keep shifting down into 3rd. Yeah, definitely not at peak tires here. Just feeling that car fighting back. And lost it there completely. Down about 0.2. 0.3 now. going to do it. Those tires are just worn that little bit much. But yeah, I got a couple decent laps to finish here. But yeah, the car is brilliant. The car is absolutely brilliant. And I think this 1.3 update is significant, so be sure to download it. And I'm sure you will love it as much as I do. Well done to Virtual Racing Cars. Thank you guys for watching. I will give you one full volume replay lap. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.